Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Mike joins us in Washington, D.C. Up next, Mike, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. Thanks. Hope you're doing well today.
Absolutely. What's going on with you?
Well, I have an 88-year-old mother who's getting ready to run out of money, really run out of money. But let me give you a background here. My dad passed away 15 years ago, and he left her the 15-acre property that they were living in. And she stayed there. The house is now, let's say, neglected, certainly dated, needs some work. It's about 45 minutes away from me and where my brother lived. But in 2020, she had a little issue. She's been having some medical issues. She nearly burned the house down, had some issues like that. So my brother and his wife convinced her to live in a nearby retirement home, and I wasn't included in that process. She didn't want to move, but she agreed. And she's been there since August of 2021 and been paying the mortgage on the house, and she's been paying for the retirement home. And that's about a burn rate of about $10,000 a month. I don't know all of her finances. I ask her questions, and she gets irritated. My brother's kind of handling that, but without a power of attorney or anything. I basically have to steal some of her mail and look at it, figure it out. And what I got down to is that in her family trust, all the money my dad left and her parents left her and everything, there's about $3,000 in cash left in that, and about maybe $30,000 in stocks, and I think about $15,000 in a checking account. And that's it.
Have you not called your brother and just said, what in the world do you do? How does that conversation go?
It usually goes with, I'm working on it. He wants to make sure the house is perfect before it sells, which it will never happen. That's one thing. I've asked, what's going on with the finances. I'll get back to you. There's a plan. I'll tell you, but I've never been told.
Dude? I'm being honest. Like I've got a brother. He's a person of such impeccable character. This would never apply. But I would be really close if I were you to. In fact, not really close. I would probably draft a letter from an attorney. Because A, something sounds fishy here. B, I don't care what plan your brother has. Your mother's about to lose everything.
Yeah,
everything. It's time to stop waiting for a plan.
One of the problems here, and I'm sure it's something you've probably heard of, like she's come out and said in the past she likes him better, she as a person and everything else. Now, that aside, every time I ask about something, I trust him. I used to take her to the doctor, and I'd take her shopping. I don't even get that anymore. So I'm so far out of the loop on this because I think ultimately I'm the realist, and I'm the one who has to. I'm the one who tells her what she needs, and he's the one who does what she wants. And that's part of the problem why this house is sitting on the market for. It's not even been on the market for 2 years. It hasn't even been on the market yet in 2 years. But yeah, it's.
Do you think he has some kind of vested interest where he's driving this wedge between you guys on purpose, and he stands to gain something?
No, I think he's pretty much kind of like just a dum-dum, and he has always had issues, OCD type issues, but also just he can't make a decision, those sorts of things. He's the older brother, I'm the younger brother.
Yeah, but nobody's that dumb to where there's $240,000 in an account, and 2 years later, at a burn rate of $10,000 a month, there's $3,000. Everybody knows this train stops next month.
Yeah, and it actually, when it stops, it's going to park itself in his house. And so there's nowhere else for her to go. Now, she says she's going to get a camper and take her cat and drive around.
No. Of course she says that. That's not happening.
Of course. But,
so here's the deal. It sounds like there's two things. One is there's the money aspect of it. But I'm more interested in you are watching your mom, a woman you love, and who loved you, slowly peel away and head in a direction that you don't believe is healthy. And I think what you've just played out for us, it's not healthy, and you're heartbroken. Yeah,
there's really, it's kind of one of the reasons I call it kind of a precautionary tale for others who, you think you have a plan. Her plan was to die. I know that's a fact. She planned to die at that house, and all this would be taken care of.
Of course.
And I think she's still counting on that now. Like, it's not going to be a problem because I'll be dead and it's going to go away.
What if she lives another decade?
Well, yeah, she says she's going to live to be 100. And then on the other hand,
Well, do some quick math with her and show her that she's out of money in a year, let alone 12.
I'm more worried that there's way more money in this trust and your brother's done something nefarious with it. He's either listen to this, the options here. He is so incredibly incompetent that his incompetence is so bad his mother's going to end up homeless, or he's had some financial incentive to keep you out of the books.
Well, she refinanced this house 10 years ago. Now, she's been in it for 30, so she would have paid it off. My dad had sold our old house when they moved out to this other place. So there's $300,000 that was put into it, into a $500,000 house. Like, it would have been paid off. Somebody somewhere about 10 years ago got her to refinance. And about 10 years ago, my brother was $20,000 in debt and then suddenly bought a house. So
Sure.
I'm kind of thinking that's where that money went, but nobody wants to tell me, and that's why she gets irritated and he won't answer the questions. And I think they refinanced. She pulled out the equity.
So
for it,
here's the deal, brother.
house.
Here's the deal, man. You can wipe your hands of this and grieve like bloody hell your mom.
Yeah.
And your relationship, and it shouldn't be this way, and you wish you were still one of her boys, and she has chosen the other one. She's told you, I choose him over you. And I cannot wrap my head around how devastating that would be if my mom did that.
You know what? It's actually more than devastating. It's actually a relief.
Okay.
Because now I know. I know why things are happening the way they are.
Okay. It might be a relief in the short term, but
yeah.
you're going to have to grieve that. Or the second thing is you get an attorney and demand financial accounting. And quite honestly, you're going to have to sue your brother probably. And if she made him the heir of this stuff, your suit probably won't even matter.
Yeah, he's the executor, but not the power of attorney.
Who's the power of attorney?
Nobody. She still retains everything.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is bordering on elder financial abuse. And so that makes me think we need to get some third parties involved to look into this before we continue to destroy her life.
Yeah. Those are the words I was looking for because that's what I was thinking, but you've kind of...
I mean, I'm no lawyer, but I would contact one immediately and just explain the situation.
And here's what's hard. She might talk to an attorney and say, I have directed my oldest son to do every single thing I want. And when I run out of money, I'm going to move in with him. Or I'll move back into my magic home.
Both of those are options on the table for her.
Uh-huh.
She said, so...
The bottom line is an 88-year-old woman should not have $10,000 in expenses every single month.
No.
Especially with a burn rate, with a finish line coming up real quick.
Tells me her expenses aren't 10. That money is going somewhere, and it sounds like it's going partially to your brother. So I'm sorry you're dealing with this, Mike. This is a tangled web of just broken relationships and financial abuse, and I hope you find some resolution, even if it's not the one you're looking for.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.